Folks, in the last couple of days, you have heard me be very fearful of what is called the California Dream for All. Essentially, this is an equity share, zero down lending program that has a very experienced investor like me feeling a little bit like 2006, where people were getting into homes that they really couldn't afford. I now have come to realize that this may end up being a fart in the wind, or worse, being something that really pisses off home buyers. Because at the end of the day, as the program sits today, it will do somewhere between 2,300 and 3,000 homes, depending on the price point. And in reality, I'll say it right here, right now, this money could be gone by May 1st. Yes, folks, May 1st, 34, 35 days away. Matt, I know you poked at it. I know your phone is ringing off the hook. Am I being too flippant saying that this all might be over by May 1st? What do you think?
No, and that's exactly what I'm trying to prepare people for. I'm one broker in California, and there's about 100,000 of us. I've taken between 75 and 80 applications over the last week for this.
Say that again. You are one broker in California, which this is a California program. There's roughly 100,000 of your profession licensed in California. You took, let's call it round number, 80 calls in a week.
Not 80 calls, 80 applications.
80 apps. Oh, dude, this program's over.
Yeah, and that's the problem is you know, I'm with your May 1st. Like funds will likely run out. And the problem with it is, we talked about this yesterday at this real estate meeting I was at. It's pouring gasoline on the fire. We're helping the wrong side, or at least we think we're helping the buy side, but it's upticking demand. Me and you have talked about that before, where it's unintended consequences. So now 400 price point, gets bid up to 450. So you pay more. If you roll in the closing costs, Mike, you could owe 105% of your purchase price with this program and not have any skin in the game. Danger.
Yeah,
right?
That's exactly the 0506 that when I read this casually, and that's why I have experts on the channel, because I'm not going to go into the details. I'm not going to apply for this thing, so I'm not going to read about it. But yeah, it's like, really, we're doing 100, 300, 400, 5% loans again? That did not end well last time.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there is some merit to some people that wouldn't buy, couldn't buy, are going to be able to use this and will benefit from it. The problem is, when everybody talks about it, and I'm talking about lenders, realtors, and the way it's received is, this is the answer. They're here to our rescue. We're all saved. Affordability is a problem. They're going to give us 20% of the down payment. Well, the us is 2,300 people, and the people that want it is 250,000 or whatever that number ends up being. And so very few are going to get it. Even if somebody was telling me, well, once they extinguish the 300 million, maybe they'll refund it with another 300. Well, that might run out in 3 or 4 weeks, right? So however you slice it, there's limited number. And what I fear is all the people that were previously pre-approved, besides all the new applications I got, they're like, hey, maybe this. I know, because I've talked to them, we're looking for a specific property for a specific price in a specific neighborhood. That doesn't come along in the next 4 weeks. So you either force yourself to buy something you wouldn't have bought otherwise, or some other action you take which isn't in line with just buying a home when it's right for you and it fits your budget.
And again, back to your point about not helping the right side. Again, we're talking about the supply-demand equation. I told everybody in October, this is what was coming. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know where it was, but this is an example. And let's be clear, this is the first of many coming across our country. There will be more. I mean, just to play devil's advocate, what happens if they took that 300 billion and they gave it to the sellers? And I don't mean give it to the sellers, because again, we need inventory. What if you used that $300 billion to buy down the rate from a move-up buyer? Why aren't the move-up buyers moving? Because they're locked in sub 3%. Well, if a move-up buyer sold a home and then I don't know, I'm just going to play with things, their mortgage transferred from asset A to asset B at the same interest rate, And then there's a gap. There's a funding gap, right? Because the first loan was 200, the new loan's 100. What if this $300 billion was used to buy down a second back to 3%? So again, they got a bigger loan because they got a bigger house, but the rate's now we need to think creatively. We have a supply problem. We need to stop doing the easy headline grabbing, spin everybody up, get exciting, more free money nonsense, because this ends badly.
Yeah,
right.
I want to do a second video, Mike, and I want to get into that because part of my conversations yesterday was like, what is the solve? Because to your point, do you want to truly fix it? Or do you want something that feels good, sounds good, and is well received? I think that if the right people are listening and truly want to make change, we've got to come from another angle. So I think a follow-up video is like, how do we fix the supply problem, which is the problem?
Yeah, we will do that. But again, at the end of the day, assuming this stays at 300 million, we will do somewhere between 2,000 and 3,000 transactions with this. I think it's over by May 1st, certainly by May 15th. I think all we do is we piss people off. Because again, if you've got 80 apps, not 80 calls, 80 apps, and you're one of 100,000, we're going to serve what? 2, 3, 4% of the applications. And that means the 97% complain, say the system isn't rigged, it's not fair. We just keep doing this, them, not me, it's not fair stuff. So this is going to feel great for the moment, but the politicians who did this, the hate is going to come. May 1st, May 8th, May 15th. Oh, I didn't get mine. This is terrible. They screwed me. It's not fair.
False hope. Yeah, that's the thing too, is I want people to not have false hope and give up on it altogether because, there's a high of being promised.
The system's rigged.
Yeah, you come after it and then it's, your rug pulled. What I will say, on the positive side is the conversation I'm having with people. Let's get you pre-approved. Let's show this as an option. There's also some other options to put alongside of it, whether that's, your own down payment, a different down payment assistance programs. And like you said, Mike, I agree 1,000%. There will be stuff that comes behind this. So if not this, maybe something else. But the step, if you're a home buyer in California, I know affordability is an issue. Get yourself pre-approved. Look at the options. Don't feel like you're rushed to buy because there's a specific program. There'll be more behind it. And if you take your time and do the work, you'll make the right decision for you and your family. It won't be based on what's the hottest program of the month. It'll be based on your specific scenario.
Folks, if you want to get a part of this program, you need to get your hat in early. I suggest working with a professional that will get you in and then be with you if you happen to be one that doesn't get it. That is Matt, the mortgage guy. How do they reach out to you and the team and get this thing started?
Sure. Go to greatmortgagebroker.com. Quick little form. We'll be in touch. We'll get you started with an application and docs. And like I said, if it's not this program, there'll be others that come behind it. And we just want to get you financially prepared and educated. Because I have conversations every day, Mike, where people, just don't understand what it even looks like from a mortgage standpoint. So rent's high. I'm frustrated. I want to become a homeowner. The first step is educating yourself. Whether that's watching videos, whether that's going through the pre-approval process, whatever it is, start somewhere. Greatmortgagebroker.com is how you connect with us.
Thanks, brother. Here we go.